before this video starts, I have started up a Patreon. You can see we already have 2 patrons equaling about $7 a month, which doesn't sound like much, but it really means a lot to me that you guys actually like the content I create. So if you would like to help support me and make my goal of 10 patrons, which will make me be able to afford more tanks and better quality videos and more equipment, please make sure to become a patron. It's only like $2, $3, or $5 a month, so it's super cheap. And I really hope that you guys will help me out, and it will be linked in the description down below of the video, and it's also in the Discord as well. You'll get a special role in the Discord. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Hello there, Wall Tankers. I'm Droodles Blitz, and today I am going over best replays. I have a bit of a theme for best replays today, or this week's. This is Russian tanks, just because I wanted to explore the boundary of Russian bias. But just wanted to go over that and just show you some epic replays. You guys are going to be able to vote. There's going to be a little box so you can see pops up right about now. On that box, you guys, after you watch all the replays, if you do, I hope you do, but if you do, you can vote which team you thought was the best. As always, make sure to subscribe. I am doing a gold giveaway. Make sure to join the Discord. This is the link right here. You can also click in the description down below. And if you click that, it will bring you to my Discord where you can start participating in the gold giveaway. It's 3,250 gold. Best game wins. You only get the rules are posted in the Discord. So if you are interested in being able to win that gold, as always, make sure to subscribe and join the Discord. But starting off in this replay, we have Fancy Pigeon 007 in his KV2. And as you know, the KV2 is a very, very menacing vehicle, and he's already snapped an enemy KV2 for 829. And this KV1S tries to peek out 957. His teammate only gets 3 damage out there, unfortunately for him. However, Fancy just got an amazing shell in and is just doing pretty good so far. Unfortunately, his team is not doing the best. And if you actually take a look at the lineup, his team has 3 KV2s, so I'm not sure what kind of mad scientist put this team together, but it was not the smartest because 3 KV2s, come on, Wargaming, we know that that's not going to end well for the enemy. However, all the KV2s are dead except one, and that is hopefully the hero of this battle. Now, he is chasing the KV2 that just eliminated his teammate, finishes him off, 1,872 damage now, and he's stuck with the tank that is going to be buffed in the next update, the Stridsvagen, which is the Swedish autoloader, and we are going to see him pushing over to his teammate, trying to at least help him out, but he knows that the enemy has 2 tier 7s, which is really unfortunate to him. Now, also unfortunate, the KV2 has a very bad power to weight ratio, judging that it is a KV1 with a much heavier turret and the same engine power. And this Comet is tearing apart his teammate. However, this Stridsvagen is not afraid of him and is pushing really aggressive. Now, I would suggest to use an AP on that Comet, but he really wants to get that KV2, which is smart. Boom, 899, just low rolls his average damage by about 70. If that had been an average roll, that KV2 should have been dead. Most of his shots have actually been low rolls. All 3 of his high explosives are low rolls so far, which is kinda stupid. However, all of his shots as well have penetrated, which sort of evens it out. Most of the time, KV2 shots do not penetrate. This Comet, not a very smart player. Just shoot that HE right at him. Boom, 413. Even if he had angled at the side, I still think that HE would have killed that Comet, even if it had hit him in the side of the vehicle, trying to side scrape, because that HE damage will overmatch that Comet easily. And you can see that Fancy is not running any secondary AP rounds, because what I figure is that he probably guesses, well, if you can't pen with your normal rounds, just load HE, shoot anywhere, and it will pretty much damage it. Now he is smart here, pull out on this KV2, bounces a shot, and because of that, come on, 162, are you going to be able to get away? Is this going to be a heartbreak? Let's find out. This T-23-3 is rushing over the hill. Come on, don't penetrate the shot. Oh, and he misses it. He's going to have enough time to reload. Yes, okay, he does have a chance now. That T-23 really, really screwed that up. Now that T-23 is up against a vehicle that can pretty much one-shot it anywhere. However, as we know, this KV2's dispersion is completely awful. You can see Fancy begging to win this game. He's already picked up 3,200 damage. He's on an ace tanker guaranteed, and he is on a Colabanos if he pulls this off. The question is he going to be able to? Now, the other question is this T-23E3 smart enough to figure out where this KV-2 is aiming? Now, if I were fancy right now, I would back up and try and wait for him to peek out. But this T-23 is being very aggressive, which unfortunately might not play out for him in the long run, but we're going to have to find out. Now, the issue also is that the T-23 has 10 degrees gun depression, so if Fancy tries to snap him, he will get hit. But he bounces a shell, and he penetrates it. I would have suggested that T-23 used APCR. Not sure if he had it loaded, but we pulled off the game. 3,249 damage, 50,000 credits, but he is running it permanently enriched, I'm pretty sure, if not just enriched normally. Pulled out a Kolobanos, sorry, my pronunciation. Mastery, he pretty much pulled out any awards you'd really want, and this was just an excellent game, and kudos to you. I do hope you do well, though, in voting, and let's get stuck into the next replay. We have now jumped up 2 tiers to D's people in his Object 252U. And this is just one of the deadliest vehicles at Tier 8 as of right now. It is completely broken, and it's a premium, which means it can't even be nerfed because it's not a collector vehicle. They could turn it into one, but as you know, this is Russian bias, and they will not do that because they don't want their Russian tanks to get any worse. And if you try and think of overpowered Tier 8 tanks, let's think. There's the IS-3 Defender, there is the Object 252U, there is the T-54 Mod 1. There are quite a few overpowered tanks, and most of them just happen to be Russian. Coincidence? I don't know, but that is up for you to decide. However, you can see Tease is over here pretty much alone, pushing his heavy tank through the heavy side right now. The enemy team did not push heavy, and let's see what they are running. It does make sense they only have 2 heavies, and they're really not super heavily armored vehicles at that. The Tiger II actually being one of the worst win rate vehicles at Tier 8, below 50% on average. I'm going to do a video on that tank soon to see how the tank actually runs in battle, but ignoring that, he's already got a high explosive onto the butt of that RHM, pulling out 487. Unfortunately, it was actually a low roll, but he is now aiming at this T-26E4. Now, he got a very lucky bounce, judging that that T-26 is aiming at his very weak lower plate at a very easy angle to penetrate. However, another bounce, as you can see, that T-26 is having a very tough time to penetrate, and Deez has already picked up 900 damage. Now, the RHM I don't think is a super big threat. Really, this T-26, aim, boom, 413. He is a one-shot now. Use those side armor. And pretty much this T-34, I hope, is going to finish him off. I have no clue what that T-34 is doing there. Does get the shell in. Ram him, yes. Oh, he's dead. Breaks your track, but boom, snaps the shell in. Smart for not loading high explosive there. You did know that your AP did enough damage to solidify the kill. Other than worrying about screwing up your high explosive and being possibly penned, because as we know, that tank has killer heat penetration. But we are doing pretty good so far. 1,947 damage, blocked 450, still at full health. Gotten some pretty nice damage out indeed, and there is the Tiger II. And as we know, the Object 252U will pretty much win an encounter against the Tiger II almost any day of the week, and that 49 isn't even much of a threat, judging that this is a Russian vehicle, and the 49 is not going to penetrate its heat anywhere on this tank. And the high explosive will also have a very hard time even doing a crazy amount of damage. Now, he notices that T-49. However, I would try and angle my tank towards the 49, because if that 49 was smart, he would shoot him right in the butt. Now, this Tiger II is also running the bad gun on the vehicle. At least I think it's the bad gun. It doesn't have as much penetration, but boom, slams the shell into him, and he's now being shot by that AMX. AMX turns around. This 49, I don't know what he's doing. He should be shooting the OBJ. At least I would. The OBJ is the biggest threat here. But now they find themselves in a very tricky situation, because if the team works together that they're up against, they could easily take out Deez and the 34. Unfortunately, that Tiger pulls out. Now, I would say one suggestion, probably use high explosive on a tank with that low health, as it would pretty much guarantee to have killed the Tiger, and you wouldn't have to worry about even penning the shot. However, this AMX, no clue what he's doing. Again, I would use high explosive there. It's not 100% if it would have penetrated. However, if it didn't, it still probably would have brought him low enough no matter what that your AP would have one-shot him. So it's always worth the risk if you can think smart enough that even if your shot hits him and it doesn't penetrate, it will still bring him low enough at least to make it a one-shot. However, AMX, not a very great player, pulls right out, and now we have this T-49. The question is, will the 49 pen the shot? He overextends his tank. Oh no! Is it going to be a heartbreak? Oh, and he bounces it off of his rear. That 49 really screwed this up, and because of that, boom, the HE does screw up there. Always make sure to aim in your HE. I think he hit him in the gun mantlet. However, that 49 is a easy high explosive now. All you need to do is pen it. Oh, ram him. Use your AP. Yes, boom. Gets the ram kill. 4,056 damage, 1,600 blocked. Great effort, a valiant effort. Managed to come out with the victory. This is just an excellent game. 91,000 credits. That's a lot of credits. I usually don't pull out, 70,000 in this vehicle. However, I don't think he fired one APCR, so that does make sense. But again, another great game. Pulls out the mastery, gets a steel wall for surviving 11 hits. How many hits did he receive? He received exactly 11, so that is pretty awesome. You managed to pick up that steel wall just by a hair. And this was another great game. Russian bias, I'm not sure. That's up to you guys. But let's get into the last replay. Finally, we have Leo Messi. I think it is, not 100% sure how to say it, but I'm going to call you Leo. And Leo is in his T54, and he is going to show us just an excellent game. Now, he is running this vehicle. He's paying attention to where his teammates are going, looking at his mediums, making sure he's pushing the right way, just in case his mediums decide to bail on him. He's pushing over the ridge right now. This is a bit of a risky move to do, but high risk, high reward. He's got a nice quick reload in this tank. I think, how much damage does it do? Like 310, 6.6 second reload. Not too shabby at all. He's already spotted two vehicles, two very deadly vehicles at that. Stay clear of both of those. However, they are not paying attention to him. Boom, slams the first shell right in with even that crazy aiming circle. Still goes right in. Now we got the Conway. Boom, get that shell and tap your fast reloader. Smart. Are you going to be able to get one more shell into him? Backs up into his fire. Boom. He's already picked up 935 damage. And this defender, no, just doesn't get it. But yes, gets that shell. I would suggest to aim for that Conway's track wheel because you would permanently track him. Now, at this point, you see that the Conway's turn around. So by now, you'd probably want to get out of there. However, Conway bounces a 600 damage shell. Even when the T-54 Leo is angling his tank by accidentally down, which would make the armor even worse, the Conway bounces it. I'm not even sure how that's possible. But now we have the T-54 Mod 1 versus the T-54. And as we know, the T-54 has much more damage per minute, which gives it a major advantage, judging that they pretty much have the same armor in the front. Because of that, this T-54 is going to have the Mod 1's going to have a very hard time penetrating, as you can see. Ricochets his shell off of him, and he is going to finish him off. 2,500 damage pulled out now. This Conway, very aggressive, not a very smart move. Because of that, the Conway gets finished off. You can see he was, Leo was having some trouble there getting that shot through, but he manages to pull it through. Get this Maushin. Now the Maushin rams him, which means that this Maushin still has a shot. He's going to tap him, break his truck. Oh no, this can be quite deadly. However, one advantage Leo has is that his tank turns quick, and this Maushin does not. However, the Maushin has very tough armor, as you can see, and this Maushin might be able to get it. Come on, back up. Just manages to back up in time. Come on, Batchat, you got to help your teammate out here. Clip him out. I'm not sure what this Batchat's doing. Load heat rounds and shoot right at that cupola. You should easily be able to do it. He wouldn't even be able to tap you. Come on, oh no. Oh, and you bounce it in the butt. I don't even understand how that's possible, but all tanks are balanced, Wargaming says. We're just going to roll with that. And now we have the Foch. And this has just been a really, really, really tough match, you can see. 3,500 damage picked up, 1,800 dealt. And now the Foch is aiming at him. If I were the Foch, I would load a high explosive and tap him in the track. Make him use that repair kit. That way that you can't flank the Foch easily. However, this Foch pushes aggressive and is now going to be flanked. And you can see that this Foch did not think. This is called advanced planning, my friend would say. And this Foch did not have any advanced planning. Always stay passive. You always want to stay passive. It's not a very smart idea to push aggressive. Finishes off the Foch, so 4,500 damage dealt now. Just an excellent game pulled out. He's bounced Just ridiculous shots. Now, he is a one-shot, but this Bat Chat should be able to clear this defender, we hope. But the Bat Chat bounces a shell, but also does the IS-3 defender. Finishes off the defender, 4,624 damage. Just blocks ridiculous shots. I really don't know how you managed to block those shots. I'm going to say Russian bias on my own parts. But you can see just an excellent game, another mastery. All three of these guys got great masteries. And whatever you guys vote for is the best. I really will strongly agree with any because I think all three of these games were great. But please let me know what you think, and if you would like to see a replay possibly featured, as always, make sure to join the Discord. You can post them in there. And thanks for watching my video. As always, make sure to subscribe. Thanks. Thanks.